Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Females made you just to trick me, trick me, trick me, trick me. Cause baby girl, you are so.
Good morning, my loves. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Rachel, or you can call me Ray Ray for short. Either one, it does not matter. If you have not yet subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button and also that notification bell so you'll never miss an upload from me. Welcome. Welcome to the Unemployed Diaries episode 3. So this one's going to be a little bit different. Or whatever, this is going to be a sit down video, as you can tell, or whatever, because I just kind of wanted to share my experiences of what I've been going through while being unemployed. And particularly, I want to give y'all a little story time on 2 interviews that I went through, and hopefully this can kind of give you a perspective of, for one, of what to expect in the job market, and 2, also to just give you some motivation. And this is kind of going to be funny, but please, please, please understand that what I'm telling y'all is 100% factual. So let's just jump right into the video. Alright, so if this is the first video that you have watched or whatever, just give you a little quick backstory. I have been unemployed since September the 20th, 2024. I was a temporary employee at McGraw-Hill or whatever during peak season. My contract ended. Currently right now I'm getting unemployment, and I'm also, just trying to do things to keep myself busy, and I'm looking for jobs as well. Because baby, unemployment is just not enough. Just gonna leave it at that. But so far I've been on 2 interviews. One of the interviews was a Zoom video call, and then the second interview was actually recently. Today is October 13th. It was yesterday, October the 12th, my second interview. So let's just jump right into the first interview. So the first interview, and also I want to put out there, I am not going to put the names of the companies or whatever, because if you know, you know. I'm not going to put the names of the company. I'm just going to tell you what I applied for. So the first job I interviewed for, I was applying for a healthcare customer service representative. Now, I applied for this job through Indeed, which was probably my first mistake. No shade on Indeed, but yeah, I applied through Indeed or whatever. They didn't have the pay on there, which is probably another red flag. But, because, with unemployment, you have to, you're required to apply for a certain amount of jobs per week. So, I did that or whatever. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. What I'm about to tell y'all is so freaking funny. So, they ended up calling me back. I say about 3 hours later. I kid y'all not. They called me back or whatever. And, first they sent me an email like, hey, are you available for an interview today? And I wrote back. I responded. I said, yes, I'm available. Anytime. I'm free today. So, they set the time. We did a Zoom call, which I appreciate Zoom calls because, baby, gas is high. And as y'all know, I don't have a car and I'm on bus. So I did the Zoom call. So we're talking, and he's letting me know about the position and what I was going to be doing, the call volume. I was talking about the conversation was great. He was on time. He was very articulate. That was one interview I actually enjoyed. Then it went downhill. So he asked me as far as pay, what am I looking for? And I told him the minimum that I'm looking for at this time is $22 per hour. And with my experience, that's kind of lowballing. I said $22 per hour. So he was like, oh, okay. I said, okay, is that a problem? And his response was, well, this position is paying $12.50 per hour. Excuse me? I said, how much? I'm so sorry. The connection was bad. I couldn't hear you, even though I heard what he said. But I just want to see, was I tripping? He said, yes, the position is paying $12.50 per hour. Oh. So anytime that a job gives me something that that's lower than what I'm looking for, I always ask this question: is there any room for negotiation? And tip, and I'm gonna put this on the screen. Tip: if you are applying for a job, you can negotiate your rate. Know your worth. Don't just take the job because it says this is what it's paying, or it's paying $10, $12, $20 per hour. Negotiate, babes. Because at the end of the day, you have bills to pay. And you're using this job to pay your bills. Negotiate your rate. Okay? Okay. So, I said, well, is there any room for negotiation? He was like, the best we can do is $12.75. Okay. So, you seen my resume. You seen my experience. I also gave you, like a brief, because it had like a little optional box where you could put like, tell me about yourself, in the box. I used that box and I told them about myself, what I was able to bring to the table, what I've done in the past, and etc. And you felt the nerve to call me. You felt the nerve to call me and offer me $12.50 an hour? You felt like, because how the job market is right now, you felt like it was okay for you to call me and offer me $12.50 an hour, and then backdoor and tell me the best you could do is $12.75. Let me tell you everything that he told me what I was going to be doing. So I was going to be making accepted inbound calls, also making outbound calls in between of the inbound calls, and I was going to be following up with patients and stuff like that. Basically, it was kind of like a patient care coordinator role. That's really what it was. I don't know why they have it labeled as a healthcare customer service, because customer services, from what I've known, has always been inbound. But the fact that I was going to be making inbound and outbound, well, taking inbound and making outbound calls, that's more like a patient care coordinator. But I wasn't going to argue. But taking inbound calls, making outbound calls or whatever, following up with patients, and then during peak season. So if you are in a healthcare role and you do customer service, then you already know peak season is anywhere from October to about March. That's the peak season. And I was going to be taking probably about 30, 40, maybe even 50 calls per day if it's peak season. Sir, are you $12.50 an hour? I need to go to this job and I need to see the people that's working here. Because $12.50 an hour? Are you fucking serious? And I have health issues, and I know most employers, they frown upon this. But I have to know, as far as your benefits, what insurance do y'all have? He said the American worker. I don't know what the American worker is. I've seen that insurance before when I worked for this dental company. Hold on, y'all. My bad. That was bad. He at work. But anyway, I forgot where I left off at. Oh, I think I left off with the insurance. So yeah, they was offering insurance through the American worker, which from my experience is some BS insurance. Then I asked about PTO. He told me that they offer 2 hours per pay period. So if you get paid every 2 weeks, that's only 4 hours a month. So it's going to take me 2 months just to get 1 day off. And then they didn't offer sick time. I said, well, what about growth opportunities? Is there a way to grow with the company? He really didn't answer my question the way I would like for it to be answered. When I asked him that question, he was like, yeah, it just kind of depends upon your supervisor and your stats, and you know, if they have an opportunity, they'll promote you. I wanted to know, the answer that I was looking for was, as far as like growth, do y'all look outside the company or do y'all look within the company first? That's pretty much what I was looking for. And when he said it depends upon your supervisor, that's a red flag to me. Because what if your supervisor don't like you? And it's not nothing that you done to your supervisor. You probably just rattle their spirit and they just don't like it. Or they just don't like you because they feel like you're better than them. And you could potentially take their job. So, I mean, it's stuff like that that just kind of, well, besides the pay. The pay was the big thing. The pay was an absolutely no. But, yeah, just those little factors, I was just like, huh. So, you know, he kept trying to sell the company, and I would give it to him. He really was trying to sell this company, but, baby, he lost me at $12.50 an hour. Baby, I'm a 37-year-old woman. What the hell am I going to do with $12.50 an hour money? Like, unless this was like a little supplement income, then cool, I'll take the little $12.50 an hour. This is a supplement. This is not my main income. This is just to get me over the hump. Alright, I would accept the $12.50 an hour. Only working part-time. But the fact that this was going to be a full-time position, baby, I don't have $12.50 an hour bills. Then the fact that I'm trying to get me a car, and y'all already know, car notes are absolutely insane right now. It's just like, I felt insulted. I literally felt insulted because why did you feel like $12.50 an hour, no more than $12.75 was an acceptable rate? Sir, where are you living? Where is your CEOs and COOs? Baby, where are they living? Are they paying the same rent that we're paying now? Or are they going to the same grocery stores that we go to? They couldn't be. They couldn't. And see, this is the thing that gets me with employers. They see the job market right now. They see what's going on. They look at the same news that we look at. They go to the same grocery stores that we go to. They hear about rent prices and mortgage prices and stuff like that. And it's corporate greed. That's all it is corporate greed. Because if you can sit up there on your high seat on the top floor and really feel like you are paying your workers a fair, livable wage, you're sick. You're sick and you're selfish. Because how could you? Your bills are getting paid, but we have to take time away from our families, working overtime and all this other good jazz, just to try to make ends meet. And half the time, it don't even make ends meet. We just working just to get to the point. Like $12.50 an hour. I'm gonna say $12.75. $12.75 an hour can't even pay my rent. It can't even pay my rent. Are you sick? Are you cool? Because why did you feel like that was okay? The second interview I went on was yesterday. I applied for a medical screener / receptionist. My interview was scheduled for 12:30 p.m. Okay? Listen to that time. 12:30 p.m. is what we agreed on. I walked into the building. I checked in at the front desk at 12:23. 23. Guess what time the person came out? The person that interviewed me, the interviewer. Guess what time he came out to come get me? 12:55. 12:55. But let's go back a little bit. So when I checked in, the lady, she was dealing with her patient or whatever, so I didn't want to interrupt. I wanted her to get through as much as she could. So she came around, she acknowledged me. I told her why I was there. She told me I could have a seat. I said, okay. So I go have a seat. It's a phone right there. I'm thinking she's finna go to the phone and, hey, your interview is here. Woo woo. Hang up the phone. No. She picks up a walkie-talkie. Management, can I get management on the line? I need management. Like we at a fucking grocery store. So I'm sitting here like, okay. She was like, I'm calling him. I said, oh, okay. So again, I'm not thinking that she's finna tell them that I'm here because it's a phone right there. Nope. So management responds. She was like, yeah, this is management. Oh, we have a 12:30 interview sitting in the front. So just tell everybody my business. So now people sitting over here looking at me like, oh, she ain't here to do such and such. I'm getting the stank face and all I'm trying to do is get a job. So management gets back on the walkie-talkie. Interview. Who got an interview? Nah, I ain't know somebody had no interview. She was like, oh, it's with, we're gonna call him K. It's with K. It's with K. And I was like, whoa. Oh, okay. Now the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm watching the young ladies, well, the women work or whatever, and I'm like, oh, this must what I'm gonna be doing. You know, just kind of peeping the scene, looking at the building, and you know, stuff like that. While I was sitting there waiting for the interviewer to come out to come get me. So finally, at 12:55, damn near 1 o'clock, the interviewer comes out. Now, most interviews I have been on, when they come out, hey, hello, my name is such such. They reach out, they get a handshake. I don't really like shaking hands, so I'll be like, oh, hey, how are you doing? I'm sorry, I don't like to shake hands. I'm so sorry, because I really don't. People are nasty. I'm sorry. But he walks out, and he just does this. Hey, come on. Like you telling your kids to get out the freaking car or something. Like, you don't know what I was here for. Like, are we serious? So, you know what? I get up, I get my bag, and I walk on, follow him to the back. Now, this whole time that we're walking to the back to his office, he did not apologize. I'm sorry for having you sitting out there. He could have lied and said he was on a phone call, or he could have lied and said anything, because I don't know what was going on back there. But he didn't apologize for wasting 25 minutes of my time, because that 25 minutes of interview could have been done and over with. I could have been gone. That was very inconsiderate. That was not very demure at all. Okay. Not only that, let's talk about his attire. Now, I get it. It's Saturdays. Most Saturdays it's casual. You know, casual. Management don't dress up when they there. So, you know, I ain't got no beef at all. But I do have beef with you looking like when you leave here, you about to go to happy hour. Or you about to go hit the club. His jeans look like you could paint them on. I'm talking about, think of the skinniest skinny leg. tight he could barely pull them up over his behind. Because I see the strip of his underwear. They were blue. They were blue. Then his sweater t-shirt combo didn't even touch the top of his pants. He had rings on all 4 of these fingers, both hands. His necklaces, he had 10. They were stacked. I am not lying to y'all about this. I am very serious. Stacked necklaces. He legit looked like he was about to leave here and go to happy hour. First off, let's just start off by saying that when I came in there, he didn't have my resume out. He even asked me what I applied for. So he didn't even know what I applied for. But yet you reached out to me for the interview. Unprofessional. He was like, hold on, I got to log back into my system. And while I was sitting in there, it smelled like food. So I'm taking it that he had just got through eating lunch. Sir, if you were eating lunch, why would you schedule my interview during your lunch period? Why would you do that? I'm not finna schedule shit during my damn lunch period. It doesn't even make any sense. So we sitting there and he's supposed to, hold on, I'm trying to log into my system, hold on. I think he's trying to log into the system so he can, you know, get my resume or whatever he needs to do. No. So he asked me, you know, what did I apply for? I told him medical screener / receptionist or whatever. And he was like, oh, okay. Let me just give you a rundown of the job. So before he started, I said, well, let me ask, because I was kind of looking around, observing. I said what the ladies up there at the front desk was doing, like screening the patients, taking vitals and stuff like that. Is that what I'll be doing as well? He told me yes. I said, okay. So I was like, yeah, I kind of got a feel while I was sitting out there waiting. And I threw that out there because I'm thinking like, okay, if I say this, he would at least apologize. No apology. None whatsoever still. So I was like, you know, I'm thinking in my head like, okay, I'm just going to chalk that up to the game. He ain't going to apologize for him being late. But if the shoe was on the other foot, he would have canceled my interview. Because to let you tell it, I'm wasting your time just like you wasted mine. 25 minutes of it. And you didn't even apologize. Didn't have an excuse or nothing. Okay. So, he asked me, have I ever taken vitals or anything like that? I said no. I said when I worked at my previous clinics doing front desk, I never had to take vitals. It was checking in patients, checking out patients, paperwork, answering phones, taking co-pays, stuff like that. I said that's what I did, you know, as far as like front desk. I never had to take vitals. The only reason I know how to take vitals because I have to do it on myself. I have to take blood pressure. I have to take my glucose level and stuff like that. So I'm comfortable with being around blood. I stick myself every day. And I wasn't trying to get too personal, but I just want to let him know, like, I know what you're talking about. You know, I'm not blind to the fact. So he would just give me a little rundown after I told him, you know, my background and stuff like that, and asked me what made me apply for the position. Like I told him, I said, I love the healthcare role. I love healthcare. Like, it's a passion for me. I said, yes, I did take a little break from it, and I did take support for a little while to see if healthcare is really my passion. And the whole time I was there, I was thinking about going back to healthcare. So I decided to apply for medical screener so I can get more experience in the front desk, you know, environment in the medical department. So he was just like, okay. He was like, all right. You got a good head on your shoulders. I was like, yeah, you know, I want to say so bad, I'm not a 21-year-old child. I'm a 37-year-old woman. But I didn't say that. I left that as a thought. So he asked me, did I have a high school diploma? I told him yes. He asked me, was I able to get it? I said, I would have to order it. I said, however, I do have my transcript, which does show that I graduated or whatever. And he was like, okay. I could tell that he really wasn't listening, because he asked me again, would I be comfortable taking vitals and all this other shit? Sir, I already explained to you that working at front desk, I never had to take vitals. However, from a personal standpoint, I know how to take vitals. Matter of fact, y'all, this finna sound extreme, but because he was not listening, I'm thinking he's a visual person. So I pulled out my little medical kit that I keep with me, or whatever, that has a blood pressure machine and all that other stuff. I said, I know how to take vitals because I have to take my own vitals every morning and at night. So I'm very familiar about blood pressure machines. And I said, just to take it a step further, back in 2009, I did take a medical assistant course at ATI or whatever. I took that. I said I did 11 months in the program. It's a year program. It's a month with intern. I said I ended up getting very sick, so I did not finish the program. But I know how to take vitals. I said I know how to take blood. I know how to do all that stuff. Mind taking glucose. Sir, are you not fucking listening? I told you I do not mind doing it. I don't mind doing it. I told you I know how to do it. Are you listening, or are those jeans cutting off your circulation? What is going on, sir? What is going on? You already wasted my time and I wanted to walk out then. But I didn't. I stayed because I was like, maybe this is the Lord testing me to see how bad I really want a job. So I did not. So after, you know, we go through about what I was going to be doing and what I bring to the table, then we get to the pay. He asked me what I was looking for. I said the minimum that I'm looking for is $20 per hour. He said, oh. I said, is that a problem? Is something wrong? He said, well, I'm just going to be honest with you. I already knew then when he said that it was going to be the disappointment of my life. He said, oh, I can only offer you $15.75 an hour. Sir, you had me coming all the way out here, and the only thing you could offer me was $15.75 per hour? Did you even look at my resume? Did you even look at it? Did you flip through it? Did you smell it? What? $15.75 an hour. Oh, let me tell y'all the best part. It was only going to be part-time. So I said, when you say part-time, like, how many hours are we looking at? He said, oh, up to 32 hours a week. I said, okay. Now, might I add, when I applied for this job, once again, this was my mistake. It did not say anything about the pay at all. Then, too, it said full-time on there, which I did bring it up. I said, well, on the job posting, it said full-time. I said, if it was part-time, I wouldn't have applied because I don't have part-time bills. I have full-time bills. And he was like, I just want to be honest with you. No, sir. If you wanted to be honest, when you got your Lil Wayne jean wearing ass on that damn phone and you called me, being honest was you would have told me how much the damn position was paying, and it was part-time, and then asked me if I wanted to move forward with an interview. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, y'all. Had to change my battery. Vlogger problems. But anyway, like I was saying, now you want to be honest because you have me sitting in here. But you could have been honest when you was on the phone with me, and you could have told me, like, hey, the job is paying this. This is all I can offer. It's part-time or whatever. And do you want to move forward with an interview? I would never wasted your time, and I for damn sure would never wasted mine. It was just an unprofessional interview all the way through. Like I said, by me sitting there waiting that long period of time, that should have just, which it did, but like let me slow down. I should have left after 15 minutes of me sitting there waiting there because you don't value time. And time is money. If I'm late to work every day, that's taking money out y'all pockets. That's patients that's not getting helped or whatever. So respect my time. What kills me with most employers is that they have this sense of entitlement, and it's like, well, they need us. They need a job. But in reality, we really need each other. So we should be treating each other with the same respect. You need me to run this business. I also need I need you so I can pay my bills. We need money. Let's just face facts. We need money or whatever to live, you know? But you couldn't run this damn business without your employees. So treat your employees with some respect. Even the potential employees, treat them with respect. You didn't value my time. You didn't really know nothing about me. And I did my homework on the company or whatever. And even while I was sitting there waiting, I was evaluating, looking at the flow of everything or whatever. That's me taking notes. He didn't know nothing about me. Nothing. He didn't even know my name. He asked that too. I don't know if I threw that in there or not, but he asked that too. Oh, what was your name again? Oh, Rachel. I'm so sorry. He didn't even know my name. Like, and even if the pay was what I was looking for, I'm going to be honest with you. Just off of that alone, I really have a strong feeling I would never took the job anyway. Because by you acting like that, if I needed time off, you'll be the one that will pussyfoot around where I wouldn't be able to get that time off. Or if something happened to me, Lord forbid, like if I end up in the hospital or something like that, I feel like you would be that person that will forget. And then I will say, for instance, if I would end up in the hospital or something, you will be that person that you will say that I never did call you. And then I will lose my job. It's stuff like that that people don't think about. But the way that he treated me in that interview, barely even making any eye contact. Like how I'm sitting here looking at y'all, he was sitting in front of me, but he was looking towards the door the whole time. He would cut his eye over at me from time to time, but the fact that we're having an interview, we should be sitting in front of each other like how y'all are sitting in front of me, and we should be making eye contact, talking. He gave me F-boy vibes. For the sake of YouTube, read between the lines. He gave me F-boy vibes. Because I'm sitting here looking professional. I had on some black slacks, a nice blouse. I had my black tote. Like I was ready to actually have an interview. I didn't have no cleavage out like I was very professional. Very professional. And I ain't even gonna lie, earlier that morning, I was even thinking about printing out my resume just to have it on hand, just in case, because I have been in interviews, they'll be like, hey, do you have a copy of your resume on you? Which I don't like that either, because if you call me, you should already have my resume. But, you know, you never know. Maybe it was something wrong with the printer. I just like to think outside the box. Baby, I was so overdressed because if he was going to come in here dressed like this and act like this, I could have came in there with my forces on with some skinny jeans and we could have been twinsies. He actually wanted to hire me. He did. He wanted to hire me until he said that $15.75 and he seen my eyes got as big as my lenses. I kid y'all not. Because I was like, $15.75? What? Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And just like he claimed to be honest with me, I was honest with him. I said, well, you know what? That's not going to work for me. I'm so sorry. That's not going to work for me. For one, I don't have part-time bills. And I really wanted to be a smart ass with him, but I was just like, I'm not going to do that. Because what I wanted to tell him verbatim was $15.75 is not going to work for me. I feel like I am worth way more than $15.75. way more than that. And I said, and I want to tell him honestly, $20 an hour was really, I'm lowballing myself just for $20 an hour. But I did not say that. However, what I did tell him verbatim was, I'm so sorry, $15.75 is just not going to work for me. And the fact that you explained that I was going to have to prove myself in order to be moved up to a full-time position if one is available, I'm sorry, I know you didn't mean it like in a malicious way, but yeah, I don't feel like I should have to prove myself. Like, my resume speaks for itself. I have the experience. I can do the job. I said most employers, they look at my resume, they be like, oh, she just jumps job to job to job. I don't look at it as it that way. I look at it as me being a multi-passionate person, and I love to learn new things. And I love challenges. That's what I look at when I see my resume. And he was just like, I can understand it. I can respect it. I said, I'm not the type of person that likes to stay stagnant. I like to learn as much as I can. Because I'm going to take that and I want to grow. That's what I want to do. That's what's on my mind is growth. I don't want to stay stagnant in one position. And he was like, all right. He was like, I can respect that. So I was just like, yeah, I'm sorry. That's just not going to work for me. I didn't even extend a handshake. I was just like, all right. He was like, well, I do have other interviews, you know, that probably will take the position. And he's right. They probably will take the position. But I know my worth. I know my worth. And just because two done went down the rabbit hole does not mean a third person or a fourth or a fifth would not only understand my potential and my worth, but is willing to pay me what I'm worth. And that's what I'm looking for. That's the type of company that I want to be in. I don't want to be nowhere where I'm somewhere here slaving and busting my ass trying to prove that I'm worth going full time so I can get some fucking benefits. Are you high? Yeah, no. Like I said, my resume is me. That's proof enough. I shouldn't have to jump through hoops for you and your HR team to laugh at me. Yeah, no. I don't want to be a part of that. So I respectfully declined and I left. And the fact that he threw up talking about other interviews that will be willing to take the position, like, sir, that literally has nothing to do with me. I really don't give a fuck. At that point, I don't care. Because now I feel like you being salty because I declined the position. Because you thought you had me over a barrel. Which technically, I do need a job. I do need a job. But before anybody jump in my comments, if anybody jump in my comments, and this is not an explanation, this is really like a disclaimer. If you're getting unemployment, you have to report all wages. And based off how much you report, that's going to lessen what you get with unemployment. So if I'm working 32 hours a week, I have to report that to unemployment. So I'm not going to get my full amount for unemployment or whatever based off what I report. So that means I may get a piece of check or I may not get a check at all. So here I am back at square one depending on that 32, what's that? That 64-hour check. That's not going to cover my bills. I can't even look for unemployment to be a supplement income because I might not even get a check based off of what I report. So yeah, no. To me, that's not even worth it. My opinion, it's not worth it. So, and then the fact that I was going to have to, it's not working from home. I was going to have to go into the office every day. So I have to factor in bus fare because I don't have a car. So I'm going to have to factor in bus fare or an Uber, depending on what time I got off. It's just not worth it. Then I'm going to have to pay my bill. Yeah, no. It's not worth it. I'm so sorry. But like I said, those are the 2 interviews that I went on. I'm still very hopeful. I'm very aware that the job market is crappy right now. But I'm also very confident that I will find a job that's going to pay me my worth. So yeah. This has just kind of been a fun experience for me right now. Fun, a little bit of anger, but it's been a very funny experience so far. So this is the Unemployment Diaries episode 3. If y'all have any jobs that's remote or anything like that, shoot them in my comments. I will apply or whatever. Yeah, this this has been a ride. This has been a ride, but you know what? It is what it is. This is part of being an adult. But if you don't take nothing else out this video, take this little advice. For one, during your time of unemployment, work on yourself. I have been taking courses on Coursera. I talked about this on one of my videos. I've been taking free courses on Coursera.com. This is not sponsored. I also been tweaking little things, personal things that I've been wanting to work on, like my YouTube channel, my Amazon storefront, which I have updated my Amazon storefront. Y'all can take a look on there. If y'all do buy any products off my Amazon storefront, I do get some commission off of that. So, a way to help your girl out. I added some things, so I've been working on that. I just been really trying to pour into myself, and I really feel like that people miss out on that when they are in the job market trying to look for another job and stuff like that. They just solely focus on trying to find a job, which is cool, but you also need to work on yourself. Like, work on a hobby, because sometimes when you're in the interview, they do ask this, like, hey, during your time off, what have you been doing? I have been asked that question, and I really feel like in the past, like in my younger days, because I wasn't doing shit, I wasn't working on myself, I feel like that was one question they kind of frowned upon, like, damn, she wastes time. But now, I can proudly tell them I've been working on self-development. I've been taking courses on Coursera.com. I've been working on my own personal goals. I'm not going to tell them about content creating, because then they start snooping. I don't need that. But I've been trying to achieve my own personal goals. I've also been making new goals for the upcoming year. Like, it's things that I can actually say now. And employers do look at that. They be like, oh, okay. Well, she about that life. Like, she ain't wasting no time. She's staying productive. And that's what we need. We need somebody that's going to stay productive. So, yeah. Work on yourself during your time of, unemployment. Also, know your worth. Because, baby, these jobs will try you. I just gave you 2 jobs. I didn't say their names, but 2 jobs that literally, they tried me. For real. On your resumes. If you have trouble with doing your resume, it is a website that you can go to, and I'm going to put it right here on the screen. earnbetter.com. It's a free resume site. Any job that you are looking for, it will tailor your resume to that particular job. Like, for example, if I wanted to be a pharmacy care coordinator or a patient care coordinator, I could just type that in the description box. I can enter my information, like as far as my jobs and basically what I did at the jobs. And once I enter that information, it will use AI to generate a resume that makes it look like that I've done somewhat a patient care coordinator or pharmacy care coordinator. It will put keywords in your job description and stuff like that. It's a really cool website. You can also apply for jobs on that website as well, because they do have jobs on there. And you can also download your resume as well to keep it for yourself. And it is absolutely free. They do have a subscription where you can pay for, but baby, I ain't got no money. So, yeah. I'm not paying for nothing. Give me my resume. And you could do all, if you try to look for a job like as a chat representative, it'll generate your resume for a chat representative. I was told this website, and I have been using it ever since. I was told by a friend, and I've been using Earn Better ever since. And like I said, I only been off not even a whole month yet, and I already done had 2 interviews. So I will say that it really is effective. Like I said, it's earnbetter.com, which I put it on the screen. If you want to look at the free courses. Now, it is some courses that you do have to pay for, but it is some courses that's free. I'm going to put it back on the screen on this video as well. This is not sponsored from neither party. Coursera.com. You can go on there, look for some free courses or whatever, if you know, are in the business or want to better yourself. But anyway, that wraps this video up or whatever. I just kind of wanted to let y'all know what was going on and what was going on and how my job search has been going so far. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have not yet subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button and also that notification bell so you will never miss an upload from me. And thank you so much for tuning in to the Unemployment Diaries, episode 3. I love y'all, and I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. And if you're in the hunt of searching for a job, be patient with yourself, be kind, and know your worth. And always, always, always stay professional. It will get you a long way. I love y'all, and y'all have a good rest of your day, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.